This is one of the easiest and one of the more cost-effective ways to completely transform your kitchen. I did it to mine recently and I can't wait to share with you the results. If you have a kitchen that needs a little attention, then you need to stick with me here in this video. Today's video is also sponsored by Mighty Boards, who really helped me a ton with my kitchen renovation, but more on them in just a second. Now, I've talked about kitchens quite a few times on this channel, and pretty much every single time that I do, I stress how important they are in your home, both in a practical sense, obviously, but also from an aesthetic standpoint. Your kitchen happens to be one of the big showcase statement pieces that can really add a lot of value to your home. And whether or not you're thinking of maybe selling your home in the near future, it's always good to have a kitchen that people will remember for all the right reasons. I find that there are 3 separate tiers of kitchen renovations that you can do to transform it. And each level has a certain price bracket, I guess you could say. You have a super quick and easy fix. You also have those cost-effective but high-impact changes you can do. And then there's those high-level, like full-on remodels. The third one is the most obvious one. It's going to be gutting your existing kitchen. There are so many things you can do in this situation because you're essentially starting with a clean slate, but the primary example is a complete replacement of all the doors or even the cabinets themselves and then rearranging it, putting in a new island, new countertops, all that. If this is your plan, this is also the perfect opportunity to readjust the layout of your kitchen to make sure it's optimal for what you need. This is going to give you the biggest change overall, but that also comes with by far the heaviest price tag that I'm not sure a lot of us are prepared for. So that's not what today's video is all about, really. If you can do that, more power to you. Today's video is also not about the very cheapest way to update your kitchen, or at least one of the cheapest, and that's by simply getting new hardware. By replacing the knobs or the handles of your cabinets, it could really update what's already there without a massive investment. You can even find some great deals at your local hardware stores or even at IKEA, assuming they have them in stock, which is, can't say the same about a lot of their other stuff. IKEA. Still waiting on that dresser, but that's okay. What about that sweet spot in the middle, where maybe you want an even bigger impact than what new handles can give you, but you also don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars? The obvious option, especially for a channel like this, would be to paint. Getting your cabinets professionally refinished is not nearly as expensive as getting a new kitchen altogether, but at the same time, if you're having them professionally sprayed by a contractor, you could still be spending thousands of dollars to get it all done properly. You could also do it yourself if you're extremely savvy with an airless sprayer, or you can even bust out the old brush and roller combo and go to town, assuming you're not fussed with having that beautiful smooth factory finish that spraying gives you. But the funny thing is, I'm not even talking about these renovation projects for your kitchen. I'm talking about a middle ground that is a bit pricier than painting it yourself, but maybe a third of the cost of having your kitchen sprayed professionally in a lot of cases. My favorite way to transform your kitchen and inject your own personality and do it in a fairly cost-effective way is to replace your backsplash. That's what I did recently, and I'm so excited to show you what I've done. Now, I know I mentioned that Mighty Boards really helped me, and I'm not even kidding because I brought a Mighty Board to the tile store with our kitchen wall color painted on it, and it really helped me solidify my tile choice. That's the beauty of Mighty Boards because they're large and flexible tester boards that you can use to not only test new paint colors, but also take your existing colors to other places and other spaces for whatever reason. It really simplified my whole process because I originally wanted to bring home like 30 different tile samples, but because I had my trusty Mighty Board with me, I was able to eliminate about 24 options because they just didn't work with my wall color, and I was able to see it at the store. Mighty Boards are our tester boards of choice. Do not start your next paint project without them. I'll leave their information in the description below so you can pick them up. So just a little warning, everyone. The tiles we ended up going with for our backsplash, they were definitely not what we were expecting to pick, but we're super happy with what we've ended up with, based on how well they complemented our existing kitchen cabinets, which were in pretty good shape, to be fair. So don't chirp me too hard in the comment section about my tile choice, okay? I'm very sensitive. And for those of you who don't know what chirp means, it's kind of a millennial term. Basically, just go easy on me. Okay, let's head downstairs. And now we're in my kitchen, my beloved kitchen where I make food. And as you can see, there's my backsplash and my Japanese knives. Damascus steel. They do say that sharper knives are safer than dull ones. So there you go. My wife and I, we had so many different ideas of what we can do with our backsplash. And then we had like 20,000 more once we went to our local tile store, which was huge. There was so much selection, so many different ways we could take things. And we ended up falling in love with this sort of metallic Moroccan tile. Like, I've never really seen anything like it. Metallic tile is sort of having a moment. We've always been drawn to the Moroccan tile style, but never really had a good use for it. As soon as we saw these, we were like, okay, that's the one. I feel like these tiles are very much us. We like doing things just a little bit differently. We like to have fun. And the nice thing about backsplashes, right? It's obviously a renovation. It's going to cost money, but it's not nearly as much as you might think in a lot of cases, especially if you're going with more cost-effective tile. Our contractor was able to do this for us in an afternoon, no problem, and it wasn't a huge expenditure. We were lucky because there wasn't actually anything on these walls. It was just painted drywall. So there was no demolition phase where you had to remove the existing tile and then put the new tile up. That can be a little bit of an added cost, but even in that case, like I've seen people just put new tile over top of their existing tile, so you don't even need to really pry the old stuff off. You could also just cut the drywall, just remove everything all at once, re-drywall it, and then put the tiles on. There's a lot of ways you can do it. Some contractors find certain ways easier and less expensive than others. But the point is, you can kind of customize what you want done. So as you can see, our backsplash is very much an accent piece, right? It is something that we wanted to use to help tie in what's already here. So we just have your good old kind of laminate wood particle board countertop that is just kind of standard. And then the cabinets we got are these gray sort of veneer that we kind of liked actually when we saw. Not something that I would have necessarily picked if I was going completely custom, but the more that I've had them, the more I've liked them. And I find that whenever you have the chance to just be able to utilize what you already have, take that opportunity. Don't spend the money unless you really, really need to change things. What we were really drawn to with these tiles is obviously the metallic is cool, but it's those warmer colors within the tile, the kind of gold and the harvest gold and brown tones that really work perfectly with our harvest gold and wooden furniture that we just love so much. So it really did a great job at just accentuating and heightening everything that already was existing in the space. Because we weren't ready to completely gut these cabinets. They're really nice, they're big, they're sturdy doors. Ow, that kind of hurt. And we couldn't be happier with the results. So remember, if you are looking to redo your kitchen, don't be daunted and intimidated by a multi-$10,000 project. There's many different ways you can spruce things up. You can change your hardware, you can give it a nice paint job, or you can get a new backsplash. And you can really inject your own personality into the space in a really fun and unique way. Now, of course, being the paint people, maybe you want to paint your cabinets, right? But before you do that, you got to see this video. Avoid these kitchen cabinet color mistakes because I've seen a lot of people make them and it's just tragic. So really important video right here.